Kitchen on Thomas and Skhumba in the morning.
We are in the kitchen for the very first time in the Kaya house, and we got him in because he's a legend. Skhumba, we don't just get anybody in.
Nah, we don't. No, imagine turn number one. You come through and chill with us in the kitchen. No, we kick off the kitchen on a high note.
Sikuthanda Brian Baloyi. What's up, Breezer?
I'm good, my friend.
Khawusondele is Mike. Khawusondele
Oh,
is
Mike.
Mamela, Brian, before we start, what's written on my top? Kubhalwe ntoni apha?
The whole time I was born is bongo sake.
Kubhalwe ntoni apha, Brian?
Hey, dumela le Baloyi. Hey, endot.
Ngiyaloya chuma?
No, ngiyaphila. But you can't speak Setswana wena.
Floswab.
Kitoswaba.
That is the
Twalampi.
Look at Chef Naledi is like, okay, we are done.
Morning to you, Chef Naledi. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good, and you?
What do you got there? What you got
Great.
doing? What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
I'm doing a beef and broccoli stir fry, and I'm going to serve it with couscous.
Oh, Skhumba, I told you, stick
Simple
with me.
suppers.
Come on, man. Stick with me. I'll show you. Did you hear what we're having for breakfast, Chuma?
Yeah, so I had couscous and I had broccoli, net and grand. I mean.
You know, Brian, I love the fact that you hated the nickname Spider-Man. Saddam gave you the name, ne?
Yeah.
Well, one of the Chiefs fans anyway. But what's your handle on social media now?
Spider.
I understand the spider. Mariazin. I don't know a spider once.
Maroyaza get ngama nickname. Uzotala ungayithandi, but you can see it.
I know, we're Spider full-time now, fam. How's the journey been for you now that you're retired? I can see umkhaba umkhulile kancinci, intshebe great. And you're a golfer. How's life, fam?
Life is good, man. Life is good. It's not an easy journey.
Yeah.
Because I played professional for 20 years,
Yes.
and then all you know, as you know, from Okula as a young boy,
It's just a
it's
ball.
just Ebola. And then you have to adjust. But I had a lot of support and was able to adjust.
Who was supporting you, Alex, with your dream growing up?
Growing up, community. A family, obviously, you know, my mom's, my older brother. But in Alex, man, community, there's a whole lot of people.
E-timer?
Timer was timer was there, but the timer I've always talked about it. The timer Belingeko
Was a Rolling Stone.
was a Rolling Stone. I've got 3 brothers at Tembis.
And you met them when? When did you meet these 3 brothers?
I think when I was about 7, 8.
Oh, okay, at least
yeah.
you've known them for a while.
Yeah.
So how's this changed you as a father? Because you're saying he was a Rolling Stone, and I think you're a great father. But tell us what you've learned.
Yes, some of the things that I tell people and even, you know, friends growing up, I keep saying, you can never want to take your situations or things that you see or that happen to you and make them an excuse. One thing that I always said was, I don't want my kids to experience what I experienced.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to make sure that I become a good father. And I know the pain of, you know, sharing the love with, you know, other kids.
Yeah.
So I made sure that I don't want them to experience that.
How's the family?
Family is good, man. Family is good. My boys, my older one is in matric now.
Jong apa when? Who's his date to his matric dance this year?
He doesn't want to tell me.
And the other one?
The other one has just started grade 1. So I've got like
Wow.
Yeah, the little one just started the grade 1. But, you know, the gap. It was obviously because of my wife's turn of breast cancer.
Yeah.
So after our first boy,
Took a break,
It
yeah.
had to take a break, and actually the doctors had said she could never have kids again.
Yeah.
And then
Miracle.
miracle happened. Yeah. So we
You put in this American next. Take us to that chain when Brian, when you find out that your wife has breast cancer, and as a guy, you need to step up and you need to show support, full-time support. Take us to that journey, and maybe there's someone out there who's going through the same situation right now. How was that for you?
Yeah, man. It was it was really scary.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because it was something that, growing up, I mean, we always think into Zabelung.
Yes.
Cancer.
Yeah,
So I didn't have much, information. And as well, man, at that time I was still, at the top, at the peak of my career.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of research. I had to support my wife. But one had to. We had to own this thing.
Yeah.
But one thing I think that motivated me and was that kept saying, "There's no way you're not gonna die." This thing. After doing research, we saw early detection is very important. And we were lucky. And as well, I mean, at that time, her friend, Lucas's wife as well, was already diagnosed with cancer. And so we already had, people that we know already.
Yeah.
And
Point of reference.
Point of reference, yeah.
So when I know Lucas Ben Jordan scheme.
Pasela.
Ntwana mamela wena vimba mina ngo defender la.
Bakhula bonke labantu emafikeng ndoda. Esikulanda kude ndoda.
Brian, I want us to talk more about your foundation, man. I love what you're doing, the Brian Baloyi Family Foundation, and talk more about Upungi, how great she is, the strength that she has. I hear that she's even introduced you to yoga. No. Siyabuya, hold on 1 second. Hang in there. Kai family, it is the very first kitchen, hanging out with the legend himself, Brian Baloyi, Spider-Man. And in the kitchen, there has to be a classic chef. Chef Naledi's in here. We'll talk to her as well, because look at that pot. You know how expensive that pot is, Skhumba? That is not hard. Are you hard, Leah? Are you hard? No. Chef, what's it called? That pot? Le pebble, yeah? What? Give us the name. Le Trousse. Come on, man.
Stand by.
Skhumba, what do you mean stand by, Joe? We live.
Oh, we live.
What do you mean stand
We're
by?
in the kitchen,
Come
baby.
on, fam, man. Tuesday morning, love it in the morning on Kai 959 on the street. Now, Uncle Man, Uzigs, Osama. Good morning, Kai family. So we'll hook up with you in a second because you've heard we're hanging out with Brian Baloyi. The voice notes are coming through on 063-680-959. Not just Brian, but we've also got Chef Naledi in the kitchen cooking up a storm. Chili. How things going on that side, my queen?
I'm good. I'm actually almost done, so you guys can indulge already.
Can I come taste?
Of course.
Come on.
Hold on.
From one chef to another.
It's already so bayapaga.
No, look, this is how chefs talk.
It's wrong. Tell us more about the bag, Emapalin.
So ibhegi laphayana benganafokolet
Tadu Cyril. Bingena nix. Tadu Cyril, not for all, ne? Okay.
Okay. Endoda ngibele awumeka. So benebhodlela lamanzi, spare pair of gloves. That's it.
No,
No, angithi sometimes mawudlala anokumosheka kulokudlala.
So
ufuna uyachinja.
Namanga, Joe. He's lying. Brian, so what did other goalkeepers put in their bags?
Bengihlala ngizwa abantu bahlala bakhuluma ngomuthi, but mina ngizazi lezi zinto.
What have you heard about Timuti?
I've heard a lot of things.
Tell me one story, my friend.
No, but again, that's what mina abantu abaningi, so they started thinking, no, kunomuthi.
Yeah.
So the opponents would start telling their players, hey, you must go and get that bag. I think you remember Umambush, there was one time where Umambush ran into the goal, wathatha ibhegi yami ayilahlela. Hey, ngamgijimisa ndoda. Hey, ngamgijimisa.
Why? Because there's nothing. Why were you worried? Would you
No, mara nawe ngeke uvume umuntu athatha into yakho bese uyamiyeka nje. It doesn't matter ukuthi nani eyami.
Let's go back to a grounding. There's always going to be the best moments. And we know you with penalties with Brian Vela Kwalipan.
Oh, yeah.
Spider. Your worst moment when you're playing soccer?
My worst moment would be, there's quite a lot. The first one would be my first derby, 1993, at Soccer City, and I conceded a goal from Gavin Lane.
Imagine Koro Gavin.
He must be mad. Yeah?
Yeah, but that situation made me a better person, and it helped to shape my character.
How?
Because I had begina makhutmana bhala phana ku Chiefs no abo Trevor Mtimkulu Holentin Manyati. Must be to sindum ndoda bengifika lapha after gaming ngakhala. Bangishanga impama. Khalelani uyindoda manje. Yeah, so from Lapo, is one thing that young sis not to understand, and started building my character. But then I started feeding off the the energy. Bengakhona ukudlala makungana abantu ndoda. Bengifuna abantu mina.
Bakhona ukugrasela so that
maku empty.
Yeah, I hear you. So I still want to find out more about your foundation, my friend, the Baloyi Family Foundation. And Skhumba, I don't know if you know, Brian was mad at Bob Mabena. Mad.
how?
Because he didn't get invited to Get Funky. He went with the dog. Not even in the music video. Watching Kwaitile. Let's go into business. You had a restaurant with Bob Mabena. We'll talk about that in a second. It's 8:30. Mamela, Bob. No, you did him wrong, Joe. Brian is listening to the song, still waiting for his shout-outs. No mention of Brian Baloyi. He don't got the funk, yo.
Now, but Balissa's got the funk.
I'm sure even Chef Naledi has got the funk up in there. Kai 959 on the street, on the air. Very good morning to you, Kai family. It's a special broadcast. We are in the kitchen at Kai House, and our first guest this morning in the kitchen is Brian Baloyi, and we have to bring in a chef, man. Chef Naledi, listen to you, man. The food. Skhumba's never been this quiet. Say something. Did you say grace?
No, hold on.
You got food in your mouth. Come on, man. The importance of getting the family involved in cooking. Talk to us about that.
That's one thing that's really, really important for me. Like I involve my children from the planning, the grocery list. 80% of the time, they're the ones who do the grocery list.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Look at that.
They cook, they pack their own lunch boxes. They've been doing that because one thing I know is that I am not a superhero. So I was not prepared to be waking up early hours to pack lunch boxes for the rest of my life, or at least until they're in varsity. So for me, it's very important. It's educational, fun. Cooking as a family as well is quite important. And you're also empowering them. Look, when my son leaves and goes somewhere, he knows that, look, I can always prepare myself something to eat. I don't have to wake up auntie to say, auntie, please cook for me. Plus, the kitchen is educational on its own. You talk about biology in the kitchen. You talk about maths in the kitchen. Things like that, nutrition. Yeah. So you're also educating them at the same time.
Chef Naledi, I'm hearing people saying that a healthy meal is expensive.
No.
How do you not make it expensive?
Listen, the problem with us is that we always want to go for organic in some place, whereas you can really just grow your own veggies at home, which will obviously come in much, much cheaper. You just have to make the right choices and know what to buy. Portion control is another thing. So they'll say it's expensive because they want big portions.
Yeah, that's a problem with people. So where do people catch you, Chef Naledi?
I'm on Instagram at Chef_Naledi. On Facebook, Chef Naledi, from my kitchen to yours.
Brian, how's the food?
Jeez, delicious. This is the kind of food I cook.
Oh, listen to him. Listen to him.
Quick meals, right? Simple meals, but yet nutritious.
Oh, it's so good. Chef Naledi, we love you for this, ne?
Thank you.
Are you rice chomyamle? Couscous. Are you rice? The best teas in the city.
Yay!
What's going on, familia?
Looks good from here, man.
Welcome to the
I
penthouse.
can finally see the color of your eyes, man, because there's a lot of light here.
No. It's not that. The color of the eyes has nothing to do with where we are in the kitchen, no.
Tibos, what's happening on your show?
Maybe what we must do is install the antivirus.
What's happening on the show today? Brian, now you're in Brian. Bafana, don't do that. What's happening on your show?
You're sitting with a man that I think more than anything, we hardly say this, but I think you're inspiring us from a distance. What you and your wife are going through is exactly what the vows mean. And for you to stick by it, and leading by example of what those vows means. It's really, really encouraging and to see even in our lifetime, because, you know, it's one thing to hear it or to see it from our parents, but to see it from a man of your stature is really one of those things that kind of says, listen, when you say through sickness and health, this is what we mean.
No, thank you.
And then for that, thank you, man, for raising that flag.
abafana bebhola bayahethana abafana bebhola bayazi abathaba nathando nangu Brian udayivele embhedeni kulunjani.
Well, I'm glad you inspired these two married men here. No inspiration my side. Cheers, bye.
What's happening on the show, Brati?
Okay, Thomas. Here is your question then.
What?
You know, the first big fight usually happens just after the honeymoon phase ends. Basically, it's a sign that the honeymoon phase is
over, yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Now, the first big fight tells you whether or not this relationship is going to work.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember your first big fight?
It was long time ago.
Yes.
No, but she upset me though. Of course I remember. So what she did was, I'm joking.
That's the question. Do you remember your first big fight you had with your partner or ex? Because chances are...
Ex now.
Nami ex.
Which is?
Man.
Oh, hey, Skhumba, seriously. Over that t-shirt, man.
It's the kitchen at Kaya, on the street, on the air. Here at Kaya House, we're doing our thing with our very first guests, Brian, Baloyi, and Chef Naledi came through as well. The food's amazing, and we love it in the morning. Talk to me about the Tobeka Madiba Zuma Foundation. Helped you out, you went on Upungi through those difficult times.
Yeah, I think at the time, Pungi had started doing, speaking engagements and stuff. And then the First Lady reached out to her. And then, she was an ambassador. She used to do a lot of work. And it opened our eyes with a lot of things, that understanding how people mostly in rural communities, there's so many, misconceptions. There's so many things that mamas and gogos go through there.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the people in the rural communities, umuntu uyasaba, to go and get tested because they know if something happens, if they do have it, they get amabele if bayakat indoti zoti I know say umfazi uphelele. So all of these things. So it's some of the things that really inspired me and my wife to really. So now with the foundation, she goes a lot to townships and rural communities, because that's where the information needs to go. And so it's all about early detection. It's all about just the awareness.
So what's the Brian Baloyi Family Foundation all about?
So on the health side, that's what we do, and then with education, I'm very lucky to work with Hollywood Bets. I'm a brand ambassador for Hollywood Bets for the last 4 years, and they support my initiatives fully. I mean, so on the education side, we donate libraries. We build libraries with containers.
Brilliant.
And then we donate them, and mostly we go to rural communities. We have our next one that we're donating in the next 2-3 weeks in Limpopo, in a village there. And then next month we have to donate another one in Mpumalanga.
How difficult is it to get books that aren't written just in English?
Yeah, so we have this wonderful organization that we work with. It's called Literacy for Life.
Sure.
And what they help us with, wherever we go, if we're going to Limpopo, so they then do a research in that area. What's the language that spoken primarily? If it's Venda or Pedi, then they go out and try and get books, more books in that language. Yeah. And we even go out and try and get an author, that does books in that language. Yes. And when we launch the library, and then we try and bring the author as well. Yeah.
Your relationship with Bob, because we're running out of time.
Bob, we found out funny, for many years, Baloyi Grootman that I looked up to with the doctor.
That I looked up to?
With the doctor, and I mean, getting to Chiefs into and then Nangile Grootman, then he's singing with the Pop Mapena, I mean, one of the biggest DJs around. And then, So at the time when I wanted to buy a restaurant, I went to Capello's.
Yes.
And then Capello's, you
Newtown.
remember? No, first, so the restaurant I wanted to buy
Yes.
was at Investment Cars in Princeton.
Okay.
So in the dealership, they had a Capello's
Capello,
there.
yeah.
So they were selling that.
Okay.
So I'm interested. I'm talking to these people for a month. And then this guy says, no, man, you have to meet this guy, Bob Maben. I said, no, I know Bob. Says, no, man. He's starting Capello's in Newtown. Maybe you guys need to talk. Kanti usathani uye utshelele abantu ukuthi no. Lo muntu leyo ningamgaya mtsheleni ukuthi. And then I speak to him kanti yena on his side he already has done research ukuthi we are related. He's a Baloyi. And we related, our dads come from Atteridgeville, they were cousins.
Wow.
And then our first meeting, Utigim ended, Ayike as Kuluminex. We are family, we're doing business together. I don't want to hear nothing.
Hold on 1 second. Did Brian Baloyi just set the record straight on a Tuesday?
With the late Bob Maben.
It's time for us to say goodbye to the legend himself, Brian Baloyi, man. Before we go, Brian, give me 6 Bafana Bafana players in the team right now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
We're playing France tonight, Brian. Lalel, okay, relax, Brian. Breathe. Okay, hold on, Thomas. Let's go. 6 Bafana players.
Okay.
Williams.
Mukwena.
See, I told you.
Mkwena who?
Pesita.
He's not there.
Yo. Ronwin Williams.
I gave you that one.
Bruce Bavuma.
I'm a goalkeeper.
Brian, let it go.
It's okay, Rodman. It's okay.
Axim.
Thank you
Amen.
so much for coming through.
Thank you very much. I'll tell you.
I had so much fun.
Out just as Alexander coming out and being one of the best goalkeepers we've ever had in the country, and right now being a leader and a mentor to many kids. We want to celebrate you while you are here. So I said, oh, we love to play. No, Sikchela notes in a year at Kaya in the kitchen and keep on doing what you're doing.
Please tell Skhumba what I taught you on the golf course.
I'm not interested.
Not interested. Yeah, I know.
I'm not interested.
All right.
I'm interested.
Hey, he's stress riding.
Chef, here's your mic. You thought we were done with you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you for
The
having me.
passion that you've shown for your work is inspiring as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's your handle again on the socials?
At Chef_Naledi on Instagram, and then Facebook is Chef Naledi from my kitchen to yours.
And just to let people know, because Thomas, if you're going broccoli, I'm a mass.
My queen, before you go, you have such beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thanks, Briza. Brian Baloyi.
Thank you.
Yo, the besties on standby. It's been amazing in the kitchen. Love you, Kai family.
The Kitchen on Thomas and Skhumba in the morning.